Hello folks, this is another one of my old re-uploaded videos from the TheButtonMasherz channel. This one is League of Legends 73, Double Knockup, Jarvan Malphite bottom lane, originally recorded on April 28th, 2011. Enjoy!
Hello folks, this is Sully here, and you're listening to another commentary for League of Legends, this one featuring Jarvan. This is a replay that was sent to me, and this is a replay that's from Draiden's point of view, so this is going to be a Jarvan game. And let's see, that screen went by a little too fast, so let's take a look at the matchup here. We have Malphite, Jarvan, Ryze, Brand, and Master Yi up against Mundo, Tryndamere, Udyr, Fiddlesticks, and Gangplank. So here's the matchup here. I don't know if this is from a ranked game or not, since this was just sent to me, and I don't know any of the other players in here, but this was sent to me, and so we're going to focus on Draiden's Jarvan here, and going to take a look at this. Now notice he does have the Jarvan skin here. I think it's called like Dragon Knight Jarvan or something like this. Should have looked at the official title. I'm sure that some of you will post it in the comments. But it is a different Jarvan skin, is a nice looking skin. So haven't had a Jarvan game yet, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Jarvan game mechanics, a little bit about Jarvan gameplay, and also take a look at this game. This was one of the better replays that's been sent to me. You can see, for one thing, you can see I got a jungler on each side. You have what look like pretty good laning matchups. You see we're going to have a Brand solo lane. We're going to have a Ryze solo lane here. Got the Uncle Ryze skin. I happen to like that skin a lot, even though I don't play Ryze. Anyway, one thing I'd say about this team, a little heavy. The two solos are both magic damage, but then they do have a Master Yi jungle, so that kind of helps balance that out a bit. So we'll see how that goes. Over here, now down here, Yi is going to be jungling, and notice that Yi is going to start at the mini golems, which is one place that I've seen people start. It's not the most common place to start, but it isn't the worst place either. You do get to level 2 off of the mini golems, and it looks like Malphite and Draiden's Jarvan are going to help him start here. So they're going to help take some of the initial damage. One thing about Yi is he does, as always with Yi, he deals a ton of damage, but it's always very squishy and easy to kill. So even starting with the cloth armor. So anyway, as typical for junglers, if you're going to jungle with Yi, I'm pretty sure my understanding is you need to start with the cloth armor and the health pots, just for the armor and for the extra health regen. So anyway, there we go. And we're going to try to look at this lane here. In terms of the other laning matchups, let's see. You would think that on this team that the Gangplank would probably be the solo. Would probably be one of the solos. This team is a little bit weird, the team they're going up against in terms of composition, but as it turns out, nope, Gangplank is not going to be one of the solos. They're going to have a Mundo soloing mid and a Tryndamere soloing top. So this is very interesting, and Brand should be able to win this matchup pretty easily. Tryndamere, very strong late game, but extremely weak early game, and you would expect that Ryze would be able to win his lane against Mundo as well. So that's a little bit weird. As it turns out, the bottom lane is actually going to be Gangplank and Fiddlesticks. So this is a bit of a strange lane, to say the least. Anyway, I believe that this replay was before the rework and the most recent patch to Gangplank. I believe that this is still the deny Gangplank. Not 100% sure, but I think that this is the old Gangplank where the deny mechanic was still in. I'll try to keep an eye on that. Replay client does some weird things when it's working with older versions of the game, so we'll try to keep an eye on that and see what happens. Nice harass there, though, from Malphite on the Seismic Shard. You can see he's already getting that Fiddles a little bit low, but Fiddles will be able to drain off of that minion and get most of his health back there. Let me see, what is Fiddles' armor? Well, it says 11. I don't know whether his armor actually is 11 or not. It goes off of the stats in the current version of the game, not whatever it was when the game was played. So anyway, talking about Jarvan a little bit, as I said, since I haven't done a Jarvan game here. Jarvan's passive, you can see up there. Let's bring it back up again. Jarvan's first attack on a target deals 10% of their current health as bonus max damage, you see. So pretty good, especially when in terms of harassing people when they're at full health. Obviously not nearly as useful when they get low. Oh, and there's some nice drain from Fiddles there, getting Malphite a little bit low there. You can see his healing's been shut down by the Gangplank Broadsword Blade. Oh, a lot of damage here on this Gangplank. There's the Ignite from Jarvan. Is he going to be able to get this first kill? Yes! So very nicely done by Draiden there to draw first blood. Now they're going in on this Fiddles. There's the exhaust. Fiddles just standing there life draining. And yeah, if he didn't flash away there, he was probably going to get killed. So nice job there. Nice job by Fiddles to flash away, but he probably should have just backed off a little bit earlier. Anyway, you don't see too many Fiddles. There's a nice Fear Drain combo there, getting in some good harass on that Malphite, and also taking Fiddles back up close to full. So anyway, early kill there, first blood to Draiden's Jarvan, and that's going to help him out quite a bit, give him a lot of gold, and help put him ahead. Anyway, in terms of Jarvan's skills, you can see his Q is called Dragon Strike. He takes out his spear and extends it towards him. You can see the range there when I highlight it. That's how far it is. Deals physical damage and lowers armor. The other thing about Dragon Strike is if you toss it into Jarvan's standard, his Demacian standard, his E skill, then it knocks up enemies. This is pretty basic for Jarvan. You want to toss out your standard. You can see here, it gives a passive bonus for extra attack speed and bonus armor. What you can also, as an active function, where you throw down his standard, his flag basically, deals damage to anyone it hits, and then you can Dragon Strike to his standard and knock up enemies in the way. So pretty standard Jarvan combo. You toss down the standard, then Dragon Strike over to it, knocking up people in the way, and then usually that combos into either his shield. You can see here he also has a shield on his W, gives extra health shield and also slows surrounding enemies, or into his ultimate, which I'll talk about in a second. But basic Jarvan gameplay is, as I said, toss down the standard, then Dragon Strike into it, knocking people up into the air, then pop your shield, both to protect yourself from damage and also to slow enemies. And if you have your ult, you can ult people as well. His ult Cataclysm, it puts enemy champions inside a little rock barrier. You can see deals physical damage and creates an arena of impassable terrain around them for 3.5 seconds. It's a nice ability. It's one of the more interesting ones that we've had recently. Some of the ultimates are more creative than others. This is one of the more creative ones. When playing against Jarvan, if you see him in a ranked game, you really want to take Flash because that's really the only way to get out of his Cataclysm once he uses it. So yeah, I mean, now I don't know if this is a ranked game or not. You can see that there's only 2 flashes in here. In this lane, Fiddles has flash. We saw him use it, but this Gangplank, this pirate, does not. Anyway, now they're calling for a gank from Master Yi, so Draiden's going to initiate there. You can see there's the knockup on Fiddles. Now Master Yi's coming in. He's going to Alpha Strike. Fiddles is on 1 hit, and they're going to take him down pretty easily. Looks like his flash was probably still down from that earlier engage, and Gangplank is going to be able to get out of this, is going to chase back to turret. But nice job, nice gank by the Master Yi coming in here out of the jungle. Good timing. You can see he has his red buff, was able to slow, got in 1 Alpha Strike, and then could auto attack. And I believe he got the kill, yes, was able to pick up the kill. So anyway, yeah, this lane's going real well so far, obviously, for this team. With Gangplank here by himself, they should be able to zone out this Gangplank if they want to. He probably just warded there, maybe. Not 100% sure, don't know. Maybe he's just checking that brush because he's worried about Yi. There, Draiden's going to come after him, and look, here comes Udyr. Udyr coming in behind him. Probably saw that Udyr a little bit too late. There's the exhaust, not going to be able to get out of this. So that's going to be a kill there. Nicely done by the enemy team's Udyr jungler. Coming out of an angle you wouldn't expect. I mean, he came from over here, and Draiden maybe could have gotten out of that if he had seen it right away, but looks like he was a little slow in reacting. Looked like his ghost, I think, was down from the previous fight, so not able to get out of that, and Malphite's going to go back to base to recall and purchase. Okay, in terms of first items, Draiden has started with Boots of Speed and Heart of Gold. Heart of Gold not as good now as it was before, back when it had the armor, so I don't know if it's still the best item. It was a very, very good item on Jarvan previously. I don't know if it's still as good as it was before, but it seems like a good option. You can build into a number of different things. Of course, the passive gold benefit never hurts. Useful to get early on, so it'll start generating that gold for you throughout the game. In terms of the other lanes, let's see here. You can see Ryze against this Mundo. You can see Mundo doing quite well here, is keeping up with Ryze with no real issues in terms of farm. Elsewhere, you can see in that top lane, we have Brand against Tryndamere, and for some strange reason, Brand is not really beating Tryndamere. You'd really think that Brand would be able to dominate that matchup, but doesn't seem to be doing so. So anyway, Draiden has now reached level 5. You can see it's still 2v2 down here. You can see Gangplank has come back to the lane. They have Yi over here again. Looks like Yi's going to be coming in for a gank. They're going to be able to go for one of these. One weakness of these two champs, not a lot of escapability. So there's a knockup on Gangplank. Gangplank's going to use his cleanse scurvy to try to get the cleanse, but it's not going to be enough. Ignite's going to take him down. Now they're going to go after Fiddles. Fiddles probably should just try to get out of here. Yep, there he is. He's going to flash there. He's maybe on 1 hit. Are they going to be able to get him? No, Master Yi is going to back off. Master Yi down to 80 HP, and Fiddles, 9 HP after that seismic shard. So I guess that's it. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get Fiddles here. No, not going to be able to take him down. Wow. I guess it felt to me like Malphite could have walked in there and maybe seismic sharded him again, or that Jarvan could have gone in there and tossed his standard. That would have finished off Fiddles, but maybe they didn't want to go in with the Udyr there. So anyway, still a nice gank, not quite able to secure the double kill there. Still went very well. and we're still able to pick up a kill, and it looks like Draiden's Jarvan was able to pick up that kill there in bottom lane. This poor Udyr has been having to come back to bottom lane over and over again, which is not what he wants to do. It means that he can't go and gank these other lanes. It means he can't go top, can't go mid, because he's forced to keep coming down here and covering bottom lane. So Udyr is going to get more farm from this. He will get more farm and experience, but it does mean that he's not going to be able to help out other lanes as much. And look, here comes somebody. I think that was Gangplank coming in from over there. No, it wasn't Gangplank. Somebody's over there, though. Maybe it's Fiddles. So with 3 down here, they really should back off, and you can see Draiden saying to back off. So yes, definitely want to back off here. Draiden does only need 1 more minion kill experience to get 6. There it is. So that's going to make him much stronger. You can see Malphite also has his ult. Fiddles is also 6 now too. This Fiddles really shouldn't be here. They can just ult him and kill him here. Yeah, there's the knockup. If he just Jarvan ults, there it is. Yeah, that Fiddles was in a very bad position. He should not have been there. And now Pirate's in deep trouble too. I don't think he's going to get out of here. He's on 1 hit, and yep, there we go. So not a good decision by Fiddles to come forward like that. This is one reason why laning Fiddles is not very popular, generally considered to be a pretty weak option. He just has so little armor that it's so easy to kill him in lane. I mean, sure, he can fear and drain you, but that doesn't really help him in a 2v1 lane when the other person can just come after him. So here comes Udyr having to come back to the lane again. So once again, he's going to be forced to come down here. This should mean that the team that Draiden's on should be winning the solo lanes, because Master Yi can go and gank those solo lanes. Looks like he's choosing to do Dragon right now, choosing to solo Dragon. Let's see, there's the ult. Let's see if he can finish off Dragon by himself. Here comes Malphite and Jarvan to come help, but yeah, this is why this is not always the best decision. So yep, here it comes. The enemy team takes Dragon there, and yeah, that didn't work out at all. So double kill for the enemy team, and they took Dragon. That's why soloing Dragon, not a good idea, guys. It used to be in earlier versions of League of Legends, but they buffed Dragon so many times that it's just really strong now. Not a good decision. So yeah, the enemy team obviously had a ward there. I mean, if you had a pink ward and you threw it down and they had no vision, then maybe it would be worthwhile to do it. But obviously the enemy team had a ward. They just came and counter ganked that. So double kill and Dragon, as opposed to before, the team that Draiden was on was ahead 5-1. They were ahead by a very big margin. That double kill and Dragon pretty much puts the enemy team right back in the game. So overly aggressive play, a little bit too greedy. Not a good decision to be making. Anyway, now Udyr coming over here. You can see Udyr is setting up for a gank on this brand player in the top lane, Dirty Cajun. Looks like he knows about it though. Yep, you can see got the ward here in the brush, just like you should do when you're in top lane. Very nice to have a ward over somewhere in this area when you're in top lane. Just makes you so much safer, and that allows Brand to survive there in a situation where otherwise he might be in trouble. Anyway, now going back to bottom lane, there's the fear, but if Draiden's Jarvan can get in and get a knockup with his standard, then he can probably kill these guys. So yep, there it is. Gonna knock up Fiddles. There comes the Malphite ult, nicely done. There's the ignite, and oh, there's the Cataclysm. Gonna trap him in there. Remember, Gangplank has no flash. He can't flash out of that. And now he's on 1 more hit. Just need a seismic shard. There it is. Malphite gonna get the kill. So nicely done. Nice combo play here in the bottom lane. The biggest problem here is that the enemy team's bottom lane, this Gangplank Fiddles lane, they just keep playing very aggressively even though they're behind. Really, once you start to get behind in a lane, you can't play that aggressively. I mean, you can see they're 0-3-0-4. All 7 deaths on the enemy team have come from these 2 players. Once you start to get behind like that, you just have to play more defensively, and they keep coming out away from their tower over and over and over again. And that's the thing with a champion like Gangplank and Fiddles, they just don't have that much escapability. I mean, Gangplank has his remove Scurvy, so he's got a free cleanse, but that's all he really has. Yeah, you can see he's got Exhaust Ignite, so he has very, very little escapability. No Ghost, no Flash. And Fiddles has Ghost Flash, so Fiddles has pretty decent escapability, but his innate skills don't really give him very much escapability. I mean, he has his Fear, but again, that's only going to work on 1 person at a time, so not that great. Anyway, in comes Udyr over pushing a little bit. Here comes Master Yi. Let's see if Yi can just come in and kill these guys. Does Yi have red buff? It looks like he does, but there's the Fiddles ult. Going to do a lot of damage. Going to life drain off Master Yi as well. And looks like that's going to end without anybody getting killed there. So nice counter gank by Yi, but with 3 enemy champs, he really can't go diving into that. And I'm not sure why Draiden was going top lane a minute ago. Not sure what was up with that, but he's going to have to cover mid here. because Mundo's pushing it, so that's a good decision there. Double Heart of Gold now to start, has Merc Treads. Merc Treads seems like a pretty good buy on Jarvan normally. You do want to build him pretty tanky. I mean, you don't want to build him straight tank, but you do want to build him tanky. Tanky DPS is definitely how you would classify this guy. So anyway, looks pretty good there. Got the Chain Vest. Chain Vest building it can build into a lot of stuff. You can see he has 99 armor. Pretty good. Now coming in here, gonna come down here. You can see his ult is just about to come off cooldown. So this pirate, no map awareness on this Gangplank. He is basically dead. If Draiden uses his skills correctly, this guy is dead. There's the slow from the shield. There's Dragon Strike Knockup. All he has to do is use ult, and this is a dead pirate. They're gonna ult the Fiddlesticks instead. Okay, so anyway, Ryze is able to blow up Gangplank. Gonna ult Fiddles instead. Fiddle's gonna use Ghost and Flash in order to escape. Is gonna make it out. Draiden burning his Ghost. A bit of a waste of a Ghost there in retrospect, but doesn't. Sometimes you think you can get him, and as it turns out, you can't. So a bit of a mistake there, but they do score the kill. That Gangplank just not aware of where champions are on the map. You can see when he was standing here, and then Draiden came around this way, and then Ryze came down from middle lane. So nicely done there, picking up another kill. You can see this Gangplank 0-5-1, not having a good game. This is why I don't recommend going pure damage with your summoners, Exhaust Ignite. You need to have some kind of escapability in order to get this to work. Unfortunately, Malphite disconnecting there, or, well, leaving the game. He said he was going to reboot, so we'll see if he comes back. In terms of the other lanes, though, kind of weird stuff happening here. You would think that Ryze would win against Mundo, but he really hasn't. Mundo's 2-0 against, Mundo's 2-0, and he's keeping up in farm pretty well there. Also, you would think that Brand would be able to beat Tryndamere, at least at early levels, not at low levels. But look, Tryndamere has 1 kill, 90 minion kills, and Brand is 0-1, 87. So Tryndamere winning that top lane, and Tryndamere starting to get a lot of farm. That's not a good sign long term. Tryndamere is like a complete monster late game carry. So you don't want Tryndamere getting too farmed is the thing. Anyway, remember the enemy team did put down a ward. We saw that here a minute ago. So they're going to be aware of Master Yi coming over here. Master Yi is going to a place that doesn't seem very safe. Look, here comes Fiddles. Gangplank's still over here. I don't know what he's doing. The enemy team knows he's over here. So, yeah, he's going to 1v1 that Fiddles, but it's not a 1v1, it's a 3v1. And, yeah, he's going to die, and he's just going to give a blue buff to Fiddles. So that's pretty bad there. Not well played at all. There was no reason to be over here in the enemy jungle. Way too aggressive for not much of a reason. I'm just not sure what you would be... I don't really know what you'd be trying to get from walking over here. They had full vision of him the whole time, so they knew he was there, and they just counter-ganked that very easily. So Master Yi, that made 2 big mistakes already this game, trying to solo Dragon and then going over here. So he's had great ganks in bottom lane, but he has made some mistakes elsewhere. Brand... Let's see, they're saying not warded, but it was. If you noticed earlier on the replay, they had a ward at Dragon, so they saw that he went over there. Anyway, Gangplank solo pushing in bottom. They're going to have to send somebody there. Still down a player because of this Malphite. Whenever someone dies, like when Yi died, that means that they basically only have 1 champ for each lane. 1 for top, 1 for middle, 1 for bottom. So very dangerous anytime somebody goes down here until that Malphite player gets back. So hopefully he'll be back soon. And here, top lane, obviously coming down. Nice job picking that for whoever it was that pinged. Nice job. Anyway, Draiden's gone back to bottom lane here. You can see in terms of his itemizing on his last trip back to base, he's picked up Warden's Mail, so he's obviously building towards Randuin's Omen. That's what that item builds into. A pretty good job. I mean, Randuin's has been nerfed a lot. It's not nearly as good as it used to be. Now, enemy team is going to go for Dragon. You can see they have the ward. They do know that this is happening, but enemy team has 4 champs here. I don't think that they can go in and fight this. It's going to be a 4-on-3 if they try to do this. Don't think that's a good decision. So there we go. There's the Gangplank ult. Cannon Barrage. Ryze is taking a ton of damage. Down he goes. Mundo almost dead, but looks like he's going to be able to pop his ult and regenerate all that health. So yeah, I don't know why they're fighting this. Again, now this is a 4-on-2. Going to go after that Udyr. There's the Fiddlesticks ult. Going to do a lot of damage with this Pro Storm. You can see Yi is just melting so easily. Maybe Draiden is going to be able to get Udyr, but don't think doesn't look like he's going to. Yeah, so that's just not a good fight to pick there. I mean, I know you don't want to give the enemy team Dragon, but when they've got 4 champs there and you only have 3, it's just not a good engage. So they tried to stop the enemy team from doing Dragon, fought 3-on-4 initially, then fought 2-on-4, suffered 2 deaths. Not a good play. Not a good play. Sometimes you just have to give the other team Dragon. Just have to give it up sometimes. Anyway, so Draiden trying to defend mid here. He can use his Dragon Strike just to try to clear minions. I mean, you can use it for that. I think he could be a little more aggressive. Yeah, there we go. Gonna get the knock up there on the standard. Gonna knock them back. I mean, he can't actually fight these guys, but he can push them back. Just killing the minions should be enough to chase them away. So pretty good job there. That tower took some damage, but didn't take that much. Now Ryze coming in, trying to go after Udyr. Udyr's pretty tanky. So is that Mundo, but Fiddles should be pretty easy to kill there. Udyr again low, gonna finish him off. Draiden on 20 health. Is he gonna make it away? Yes, is gonna make it out of there. So combining with this Ryze, able to do pretty well. Ryze able to score a kill there, able to burst down Udyr. So nicely done there. Mundo though is still too tanky to get. Not gonna be able to pick up him. So anyway, doing a pretty good job here. Again, still waiting for this Malphite player to come back. He's been gone for several minutes now. Wait and see if he's back soon. But overall, I'd have to say pretty even game here. I know that Draiden's team is a little bit ahead in kills, but they are behind 2 dragons. I mean, I know it still says dragons up, but I'm sure that the purple team has taken dragon, and it just hasn't been cleared yet. So you have to think that this is a very even game. If anything, I might say that, well, Draiden's team does have this tower down, so I'd say it's very even overall between these two teams. Still, it is concerning that Mundo and Tryndamere are getting this much farm here. I mean, yes, they're a little ahead in the solo lanes, but you don't want Tryndamere getting 100 minion kills at before the 20-minute mark. That's going to be trouble for later on in the game, because Tryndamere is a late game monster once he gets all his critical stuff going. All right, anyway, looks like they're going to try to gank here mid. You can see Yi is coming up from bottom, Ryze is coming up. They're going to have all 4 champs here. Looks like a good opportunity if they can go in on that Fiddles, perhaps. Fiddles, again, pretty easy. Here comes Fiddles. He doesn't want to go in there, so there's the slow. He's attempting to fear and drain. They still should be able to get this guy. There's the knockup. Is he going to ult? But no, actually, Tryndamere, oh, that's in top lane. Tryndamere going to get a kill in top lane. Now the rest of the team coming in. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get Fiddles here. Going to have to watch out for when that Tryndamere comes down from top lane. And I guess they're not going to get anyone here. I guess not. I mean, trying to do damage to that Mundo, trying to do damage to that Udyr, but they're just so tanky. Got to go after Fiddles there. And yep, there's the ult. Going to finish him off with the Cataclysm ult. Fiddles is the one they have to target there. Mundo, again, getting low, but then he just pops his ult and starts regenerating all that life again. So Mundo and Udyr are just too tanky to kill right now. But that Fiddles is going down again and again. Starting with Rod of Ages, I don't really know too much about how to build Fiddles. Don't know if that's the right item or not. Maybe it is. Anyway, it looks like Draiden's going to straight 1v1 with Tryndamere here. He's not going to win this. Bad decision. Don't know why he chose to fight that. Should have tried to get out of that. Pretty bad engage there. Not a good time to 1v1. Tryndamere, one of the strongest in the game, 1v1. Level 15 against level 11, so 4 level advantage. Was 2-0 already. Has 3 Zeals, Avarice Blade, and Berserker's Greaves. So not a good decision to go in and 1v1 there. That was a fight that you needed to try to avoid, not try to fight that one. Anyway, Brand saying top hasn't gotten ganked all game. That's true. Yi has been mostly active in bottom and mid. I really haven't seen him in top lane. Still, at the same time, I mean, I don't think you really can blame your jungler. I mean, Brand should beat Tryndamere in lane. Like, no offense, Tryndamere is all melee. He's not very good. He's not that great in lane. People generally play him as a jungler for that reason. Very, very weak at early levels. I mean, he gets great at the end of the game, but he's very weak early on. As Brand, as a ranged AP carry, you really should be able to beat Tryndamere early in the game. But you need to shut down his farm early. Once he gets to this point, you're not going to beat him. So yeah, there he is. There's the exhaust. There's the stun. Is Tryndamere going to be able to cut him down? Going in there, no, not going to be able to get Brand. Not quite going to be able to dodge into the tower. You can see how low that Brand player was there. Anyway, Draiden's driving, coming over to help out. Tryndamere getting really ridiculous now. You can see how fast he's attacking. He's now got 4 Zeals. Now has quadruple Zeals on here, so he's getting the extra attack speed, critical strike, and movement speed. So, again, no defense on that Tryndamere at all, but he is going to be doing just a ton of damage here. Anyway, looks like they're trying to fight up here in top lane, trying to go after this Tryndamere again, but he's really, really strong. Gonna back him off there. Don't really want to 1v1 with him. Down here, going after that Mundo, but again, Mundo is super tanky too. There's Fiddles charging up his Pro Storm. Not the greatest Pro Storm. Looks like he's not really going to hit anyone with that. Anyway, still trying to go after Mundo. Mundo's going to flash away, going to flash to get out of that. There's a nice Jarvan ult, going to trap Udyr, not allow him to escape, going to force him to stay at the tower where he doesn't want to stay, take those extra tower shots. Now trying to burst down Tryndamere, but there he is. He's just going to whirl away, not going to have any trouble. And it looks like this is going to end with a one kill for Draiden's team. Probably should go back and heal because there are a lot of very injured people on their side. Anyway, at least Malphite's back. That's a good sign, right? So now it's no longer 4v5. He was gone for a good 6 or 7 minutes, a pretty long length of time, and now he's very underleveled at only 8. But with the way experience works in this game, he will catch back up. Anyway, while this is going on, Gangplank is free farming bottom lane, so that's a pretty good sign for their team. They do need. He was very underleveled early. They do need him to get farmed. Anyway, going back in to fight again here, and not sure this is the best decision because Tryndamere is just gonna rage up with his endless rage and just start killing everybody. Malphite gonna ult just to try to get away, and is he gonna make it here? Is he gonna make it? No, not gonna make it here. And Mundo is gonna pop his ult, and it looks like he's gonna get away with no problem. So, not a good engage there. Over pushing top. Not sure. Don't think it was a good idea to go in after that Tryndamere. Tryndamere is getting really strong here, and that Mundo you can see hasn't died either. So, they're probably they might have to give up this top tower. Maybe not. All right, looks like they're gonna be able to push this back here on top. Bottom though, still being farmed by Gangplank. You can see he's starting to get farmed. He's up to 100 minion kills now. After getting absolutely destroyed in early game, he's back up to 100 minion kills. So getting back into this thing, and that's a good sign for the other team. Anyway, let's see. Udyr heading down here. You can see he was spotted on the river. Draiden is probably back up again. Don't think that either team has gone for it yet, so we'll see who goes after that. And yeah, we'll see where people decide to try to make the next move here. I don't know. Oh, Draiden's just gonna straight tank this tower. Don't know if that's necessary, but he will be able to take this down. Going to take a lot of damage. If he's just going back to heal afterwards, probably not the worst decision. But uh-oh, here comes Tryndamere. This is trouble. And look how much damage Tryndamere's doing. There's the Randuin slow to try to stop him. But he's just going to cut down the Brand so easily. But there we go. There's the Jarvan ult. Gonna trap him in there. Gonna use that ignite to shut down his healing. So nicely done. Gonna take down Tryndamere. I think that's his first death of the game. Yes. So very nicely done. 1 for 1. A very good exchange there because you get all that bonus gold for killing Tryndamere, ending his killing streak, getting the 500 gold there. So nicely done. Well done there to counter gank that. Trap him in that Jarvan ult. Don't let him get out. And finish him off. Mundo basically taking on 3 members of the enemy team at once. Seems to know exactly when he needs to pull out to stay alive with that ult. He does have the Warmogs, he does have the Spirit Massage, and he has a Giant's Belt, so he is gonna have just a truckload of health right now. I'll have to click on him the next time I see him. Let's see, he has 3,500 health right now, so pretty good amount of health for Mundo, and he still has 3 levels to go. Or what is he? No, he's 15, so yeah, 3 levels to go, so he hasn't even maxed out that. Don't think that the enemy team should have been engaging in a 2v3 there, but they did it and they were able to avoid dying. Don't know if they should have done it, but anyway, Dragon not up. It looks like the enemy team probably took that again. I think that that's 3 dragons for them. Again, it's hard to tell without vision in mid, so don't know. Also looks like they're probably going to get this mid lane tower here, probably. There's the Rise overload on Mundo, but Mundo just so tanky right now. Really tough, and yep, there goes down middle tower. Rise doing what he can, but it's not going to be enough. Anyway, in terms of Draiden's build, you can see here he finished the Randuins, already had Merc Treads. Now he's building Negatron Cloak and Catalyst for Banshee's Veil next. Seems like a pretty good item, I think. I mean, this team doesn't do that much magic damage, but Banshee's always good. Anyway, they're doing a lot of damage to Mundo, but he's really not the one to focus. They really should be going after that Fiddles, if at all possible. Fiddles still only has 38 magic resist and 30 armors. He doesn't have a single defensive item. There we go, trapping Udyr inside the Jarvan ult. Don't know if they're going to be able to burst him down here. He is quite low, so there we go. Now Draiden's going to need to slip out of there. He did pick up double buff from killing Udyr. There's the slow 1v1ing with that Mundo, and let's see. Can he get away from this Mundo? And let's see. Oh, wow, look at that juke. Did you see that, guys? Into the brush, tossing down the standard. Then Dragon striking over to the pole, getting back away. That is really well done. So that's like your pro play of the match right there. So very nicely done. Not only avoiding dying, but preserving double buff as well, which is big. I mean, you don't want to give up that double buff, red and blue, to the other team. So really nicely done. Going down here, Mundo chasing him, dodged a cleaver, got into the brush, and then as soon as he was in the brush, Dragon striking back to the pole and then slipping away. As Mundo heads up, probably headed off in this direction, just assuming that was the natural way to run. So really nicely done there. Major props to Draiden on that particular move. Now, the one thing I'd say about Draiden is he's really underfarmed in this game. I mean, he's got the 7 kills. That's why that's enabled him to itemize pretty effectively, but only the 52 minion kills. I mean, that's really low at this point of the game, so I'm not sure why he was so underfarmed in terms of minion kills. I mean, it's not like he's just been in a duo lane the whole game. I mean, he's been in a solo lane plenty. Like, see, here he is again. So, the last hitting has not been great, but everything else has certainly been good in this game. I mean, his KDA, kills, deaths, and assists looks great. Anyway, here, Malphite getting trapped behind the team. He's going to ult just to get away, which is not what you want to do, but it is going to allow him to get out. Enemy team still pushing forward here. They do have 5, so this really isn't a fight that they want to go into. Fiddles, though, away from the enemy team. What is he doing? Fiddles just leaving the rest of his team, and yeah, gonna die instantly. Don't know why he did that. There's the ult on Gangplank. Remember, Gangplank does not have flash, cannot flash out of this, so that is gonna allow them to get that kill too, so very nicely done. It looked pretty bad when the enemy team was pushing with 5 here in the middle lane, but Fiddles splitting off from the rest of the team. Gangplank in a not a good position. Well, Gangplank wasn't really in that bad of a position, but a very well-timed Cataclysm ult. The rest of the purple team really needed to come forward to save Gangplank. They kind of backed off there instead of coming forward to help save him. Anyway, it looks like mid tower is going to go down here. There's the Randuin slow. Just going to allow them to get this tower. So they're going to get that middle tower. Take down all 3 of the initial towers in this game. You can see they have all 3 of the initial front lane towers. And only 1 tower down here over on the blue team side, over on Draiden's side. So even though they're losing the dragons, they are making up for that though by taking down the towers. So that's helping to offset the fact that they're down in terms of minion kills. So that is something that's going well for them there. And you can see they do have a slight lead in kills, but overall the game's still very even because the enemy team has all those dragons. I also think the enemy team is farming a little bit better than them too. I'll try to show the stats again when there's not a fight going on. Anyway, Brand getting trapped in front of the enemy team. Is he going to be able to get out of this? It's a nice Brand ult doing a lot of damage, so that's going to allow them to go 1 for 1, and now they can start counter ganking this. Unfortunately, Jarvan ult not up right now. It is still on cooldown. Otherwise, they could trap one of these 2 guys and probably get a kill there. They're just going to push him back. There we go, trapping Mundo in a rune prison. Are they going to be able to kill Mundo? He still has not died yet throughout the game. Nope, not going to get Mundo. They are going to take down Fiddles though. So great counter gank, turning that into 2 kills. They could probably go straight for Baron here. Yeah, Udyr is dead. The strongest play right now is ignore bottom lane and go straight to Baron. They scored 2 kills in the enemy team. Their jungler is still up. Yeah, Yi is still up, whereas Udyr is down. That really would be the strongest play, but instead everybody is going to try to push this tower. Going to team fight here. Not going nearly as well. So Gangplank taking down bottom lane tower. Now Tryndamere gonna just keep trying to kill people there. Rise is going to be able to kill him there, but didn't go too well here on this push. So yeah, again, going to Baron would have been the stronger play there. Tryndamere popped his Endless Rage. That gives him 6 seconds or however long where he can't die. They were fortunate just to get Master Yi out of there without dying. So not the greatest play. They really should have gone and done Baron there. Would have been the better play. Would have been a stronger move that they could have made there. That they could have taken that Baron. It wouldn't have been uncontested, but it would have been very difficult for the enemy team to steal with no jungler up and only 2 members of their team dead. They probably could have done that. Instead, tried to push mid, pushed a little bit too far, over pushed, weren't able to get any damage. Did get the 1 kill on Tryndamere, but suffered 2 deaths. So not the greatest result there. In terms of itemizing Jarvan here, it looks like Draiden is going for Force of Nature. You can see Negatron Cloak, Regrowth Pendant. I don't think that's the right item against this team. Now, sometimes it would be, but like, look at this team. Look at the kind of damage they're doing. What does Mundo do? Mostly physical damage. Tryndamere is all physical damage. Udyr is all physical damage. Gangplank, pretty much all physical damage except for his Cannon Barrage. Fiddles is the only one doing magic damage, and look at Fiddles. He's not having a good game. He's got Rod of Ages, and that's it. So Fiddles not having a good game. So you don't really need all this magic resist. What you should be doing in this situation is stacking armor. In particular, when a Tryndamere gets Infinity Edge and Quadruple Zeals and Berserker Greaves, the key item to get in that situation is to get this. Get Thornmail. Gives you the 100 armor and returns 30% of damage taken as magic damage. So if you're seeing a Tryndamere that's this farmed, the thing to do if you're playing tanky like Jarvan is pick up Thornmail, and then when he starts critting you like crazy, he will just be killing himself on your Thornmail, as every time he hits you, 30% of that damage gets taken back onto him. So yeah, I mean, Force of Nature, if the enemy team was full of AP casters, then it would be a great item, but for this team comp, I really think that Draiden would do better off by buying Thornmail. And Thornmail is something you don't buy that often, but again, their team is pretty much all physical in composition, so that's just why I think that would be a better item in this situation. Okay, anyway, everyone just backing off here. Doesn't look like, looks like everyone's getting ready for the next team fight. Somebody will probably go for Baron soon, and the team that gets Baron will most likely win. That's what I would expect. I would expect the next major engagement to be a Baron fight. So getting oracles, getting wards, very key. You can see the enemy team's Mundo has picked up an oracle, so that allows him to clear wards. There he is. Mundo still has not died yet, 403. And anyway, here it looks like we're getting an engage here. There's the Randuin slow going in on that, Tryndamere. He is the one they want to take down. Would be nice if they had the Thornmail there. There's a Gangplank ult into Fiddlestick's ult, so doing a lot of damage there. So let's see, 2 down on both sides. Let's see what continues to happen. Master Yi, Yi is on 20 HP, but it looks like he's actually going to make it out of here as everybody just seemed to miss him. So amazingly, Yi not dying. That was not a good engage for Draiden's team. The enemy team was able to get double area of effect ultimates off right on top of one another. So that really wasn't at all. I mean, you can see 2 for 2. Yes, they did go 2 for 2, but they were lucky to go 2 for 2. I mean, Yi really should have died, and if Yi went down, then the other team probably could have Baroned off of that. But with Yi still up, they weren't really safe enough. Couldn't Baron there. So not a great engage. The enemy team does have a little bit more area of effect damage with the if they can pair up Fiddlesticks and Gangplank ults, then that's really what they want to go for. If they can't pair up those 2 ults, then they're probably not going to win the fight, because otherwise the team that Draiden's on seems to be a little bit of a better team comp to me. I mean, the weakness of this team is they really have no ranged carry, and they really have no traditional AP carry either. I mean, all of these guys are, what's Mundo? Physical melee, physical melee, physical melee, physical melee. I mean, they're all physical melee DPS, so pretty unbalanced team there. So if they can avoid the AoE damage from the Fiddles and the Gangplank ults, then I think Draiden's team will be in pretty good shape. That Mundo, though, is really crazy by this point in time. He's got 4,000 health. He's got a lot of armor and magic resist. He can pop his ultimate every 40 seconds or so, which basically restores any damage he's done. So very, very tanky Mundo. They have to deal with him. They really need to get their 2 ignites on Mundo and Tryndamere. Tryndamere has a lot of healing as well. So you can see they've got the 2 ignites. If they can use their 2 ignites on those 2 champs, then that will help a lot. So really need to ignite Mundo, and igniting Tryndamere will help a lot as well. After all, Tryndamere is life-stealing an insane amount, I think. Oh, look at this, setting a nice trap here. 3 in the brush. Now Brand coming over, 4 in the brush. Can they get somebody here? Yes, they're going to pick off Udyr, and he is going to die. It doesn't matter how tanky you are. That's it. And there they go. They forced the ult from Gangplank as well that didn't really hit anyone, so nicely done. Now maybe they can actually burst down this Mundo. He's just so tanky, though. They would really like to clear that Oracle. And there we go. There's the Knockup. There's the Ignite. Are they going to be able to finish off this Mundo? Does not look like it. So anyway, Fiddles is going down, but Mundo right back up to half health again. Anyway, Jarvan going down there. Going to get taken out. Now, here comes Tryndamere, and he is going to kill everybody. And, yep, there we go. Down goes Malphite. So, yep, you can see Bubbles, their Tryndamere player, scoring a triple kill, getting into that fight a little bit late, but as soon as he gets there, just going to kill him. And I don't like the idea of picking this fight. I think they should just get out of here. The enemy team is going to show up, so yeah, there's 1 death. Okay, they are going to kill Gangplank, but 1 for 1, this is not going well. Yeah, 1 for 2. That was not good. And Tryndamere is going to get another kill here. So yeah, you can see 10 kills, going to turn into an ace. That wasn't a good decision. Standing here to fight, not smart at all. Yeah, you can see just saying that the Trynd is messing them up pretty badly. I'm going to use the word messing them up here for this commentary, at least. Yeah, not going well. Tryndamere, 273 minion kills. Just so strong. He's got Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, Triple Zeals, Berserker Greaves. I mean, this guy is totally out of control. They really need to get more Thornmails on their tanky champions. I mean, that would just help so much, because when Tryndamere started auto-attacking, he would just be doing so much damage back to himself. Anyway, here you can see Master Yi going in along with Malphite, trying to counter gank these guys. Not sure Udyr and Mundo want to chase this. They're chasing pretty far back into the base here. But it doesn't look like anyone else is going to come. Maybe they'll be able to escape out of this. Udyr, I guess, will be okay. You can see Draiden is clearing bottom lane. So at this stage of the game, I would probably say that Draiden's team is behind. The enemy team has a great chance to go and do Baron here. And when Tryndamere gets this farm, I mean, it's really tough to stop him, because he can just kill people so easily. But he's making a really aggressive dive here. He's diving 3v1 at a tower. I don't know why he's doing that. That's an insanely over-aggressive play. I mean, even with Endless Rage, that not a good decision. He doesn't have Endless Rage, so this tower is just going to straight kill him. And yeah, so that is That is how to lose a game when you get ahead, guys. Do not do this. No reason to dive 3v1 into a tower when your team is back in it. So anyway, Mundo going to be able to escape no problems, but that was a really bad play by their Tryndamere. Tryndamere is the strongest one on their team. He's still going to be down for 40 more seconds. Yeah, because he's at level 18. He's going to be down for a long time, and with him down, that's going to clear the way for Draiden's team to go and try to do Baron. I mean, this is a risky Baron, don't get me wrong. This is not safe at all, but Tryndamere is not here. Yeah, it looks like the enemy team knows they're here, so this is going to be very risky. There's Fiddles ulting in. Fiddles should have waited a little bit longer. Should have waited for that Malphite to take more damage. Anyway, they are going to take down Fiddles, and there's the ult, going to trap 2 members of the enemy team in there. Looks like they're trying to focus Udyr, seeing if they can take him down here. It looks like they're going to finish him off. There he goes. There's the Randuin slow once again. Now they're continuing to chase these guys, continuing to chase after Brand. I know that Mundo is tanky, but this still feels like a bad fight. Still feels like he should be backing out of here. Mundo is going to get that kill, but he's finally going down. Are they going to get him? Yes. So Mundo finally getting killed for the first time all game. Again, don't know if it's safe to chase this Gangplank. Jarvan ult is not up. Oh, nice juke by Gangplank. Going to avoid getting knocked up into the air. Probably don't want to chase this too far because Tryndamere is still out there, guys. And yep, here it is. Here's Tryndamere, and he is going to kill everybody. So down goes Draiden's Jarvan. Brand is up next. Brand, there's no way he can win this fight. All he can do is try to get out of here. Don't think he's going to make it out though. Tryndamere can slow him with his thing, that the little chicken icon thing. Sorry, I don't know the name. Taunt or something like that. Bad decision to chase that Gangplank because you knew Tryndamere was still out there. So instead of being way, way, way ahead at the end of that fight, now they hand 2 more kills to the enemy team, and not a good decision there. Should not have chased that. So could have gone much better. Alright, anyway, again, game's still pretty even. It's just going to come down to who can get this next Baron. You can see both teams have kind of made plays for it, but nobody's been able to pick it up yet. There's the Force of Nature. Again, I mean, this stuff isn't bad. Magic Resist, Health Regen, good stuff on a tank, but again, when a team's all physical, you don't really need to stack Magic Resist to this extent. I definitely would have suggested going for more armor stuff. So anyway, if this game goes on longer, maybe you'll do that. I mean, you can build Heart of Gold into more stuff. What else does Heart of Gold build into here? Oh, only builds into Randuin. So I guess maybe he'll go for another Randuins. I don't know. He'll probably just sell the Heart of Gold later on. But it has been around long enough to generate a lot of extra gold. Anyway, very aggressive push after this rise here. I'm not sure how safe this is. Now they're going to counter gank this, and yep, this is trouble. Going to go after this Fiddles here. Yep, he just dies so easily. Mundo does have flash. Is going to flash out of that, but now they've handed the initiative right back to Draiden's team. Very aggressive push by that Fiddles. If you notice, Fiddles used his flash to chase there, which meant that he couldn't flash away, so gave up all his escape ability to chase there when they didn't have visibility on Draiden's team. So I don't know about that decision. It obviously didn't work out. Fiddles has not played a particularly good game here. Has just been behind the whole game. Anyway, there's the Knockup. Gonna go in there. There's the ult. No Fiddles ult though to chain up that extra area of effect damage. Now everybody's backing out of the Gangplank kind of rush as they're doing a lot of damage to that pirate. In comes Yi. Where is Tryndamere? They need Tryndamere very badly. There he is. Now he's coming into the fight. Missed him earlier. There he goes. They're correctly focusing on Tryndamere. As soon as Endless Rage comes off, they're going to finish him off. And there it goes. And as soon as Tryndamere is done, that's pretty much going to finish off this team. So wow, look at that. A lot of low people on this team. They're going to score an ace with no deaths. So big problem by the enemy team. They're not focusing any individual champs. Look at this. Malphite's low. Draiden's Jarvan is low. Master Yi is low, and now Yi is going to meditate at the tower as it shoots in. That's pretty good. So yeah, that was a big problem, not focusing people on Draiden's team, so unable to focus champs there. Now this Fiddles is all alone, and it's going to be quite a while until the rest of the team revives, another 25 seconds, so they should be able to make a play for these towers. Draiden should back off here. He's getting shot by both towers. Needed to back out a little sooner, so yeah, that's a mistake. No reason to die there. That's a very needless death. Just needed to back out a little bit earlier. I mean, the minions were right here. He didn't really need to tank it. Should have maybe taken like one shot and then backed out. So anyway, they're going to get the first tower, going to get the second tower. People are going to revive. Udyr and Gangplank are going to come up. All they need to do, though, is just right-click on the Nexus, and they're going to win the game. So everybody should continue to right-click on this. Oh, the Nexus is getting low, down to 700 HP, but people are starting to revive, and are they going to be able to finish this off? There they're going after Rise. More people are reviving, and yes, there it goes. Wow. So there the Nexus is going down, just barely, as the rest of the enemy team revives. So they were just barely managed to finish that one off. Well done there. Here are the final stats from the end of the game. I have to use an in-game screenshot since I didn't play in this one. I wasn't able to take a screenshot afterwards. You can see it was a very close game throughout. I know that the team kills 35 to 26 makes it look like Draiden's team was pretty far ahead, but it really wasn't that far ahead. I mean, they really never took down that many towers. They were behind in terms of neutral minion kills. They were behind several dragons. It was either 2 or 3. And it really wasn't until that last fight where they were able to ace the enemy team that they even got ahead 35 to 26. So before that, I mean, they were never ahead by more than 4 or 5 kills the whole game. So enemy team was very much in it throughout the game. I thought that Draiden played pretty well for the most part. I mean, there were some times where he overcommitted, sometimes where the map awareness could have been a little bit stronger, particularly at the end of fights. Oftentimes it felt like Draiden's team would win a fight, and then after they won the fight, they would continue chasing somebody a little bit too long, and then the enemy team would revive and then counter gank them, and they would be able to score kills off of that. But at the same time, there were a lot of nice plays at various times throughout the game. So a number of Jarvan ults that trapped people and just didn't allow them to get out. And I noticed that he was picking on the champs who didn't have flash, particularly that Gangplank who had just had no escapability and just abusing that over and over again. So they were totally able to shut down the Gangplank and Fiddlesticks players in bottom lane early on, and that went a long way towards winning this game. Anyway, as far as the rest of the team, I mean, Ryze ended up with the best stats in terms of overall skill. Ryze is a champ who starts out relatively weak and gets really strong late game, and I think you saw that again here. Brand, I didn't really see do that much. I didn't think it was the greatest Brand game. I felt like he should have won the early game. I mean, Brand is more of an early game champ. He kind of peters off a little bit late game, but he definitely didn't win his lane very decisively early on, so I think that could have been better. Malphite, the disconnect, he wasn't in the game for that much, didn't really do all that much. And Master Yi played solid jungle, solid, I wouldn't say spectacular, but very solid. As far as the other team, I mean, basically Mundo and Tryndamere just carried them the whole game. The rest of the team did very little, but that Tryndamere was just doing so much damage. He had no survivability, but was doing insane damage, and Mundo was incredibly tanky. I mean, he had the double Warmogs, which I don't think is a good build. I think one Warmogs is more than enough, but he had the double Warmogs, and he was really, really tanky. I mean, he didn't die until the very end of the game, when he did die twice, but until that point, he had been pretty much unkillable. So, more than anything else, I think it was just weird team comp that hurt that enemy team. I mean, Mundo, Tryndamere, Udi, or Gangplank, that's not really what you want to look for. You want to look for, you really need more of a traditional setup if you want to be effective. So, I think their team comp ended up hurting them in the end. Anyway, though, the game itself was really interesting. It was close throughout. There was a lot of back and forth action. There were multiple points in time where one team overextended, and then the the other team was able to counter gank, and that's always fun to watch. It makes for an exciting video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I am thankful that this replay was sent to me. So the person who sent it to me, thank you very much. I think this was actually sent to me by someone who wasn't Draiden. So I'm not sure. I guess they just downloaded this, but it was a very entertaining game, very interesting to watch, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Anyway, so once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you haven't done so, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. You certainly don't have to, but we appreciate any subscribers that we can get. So until the next time I see you guys, thank you and take care.